you're moving to Warrensburg or you're PCSing to Whiteman, Missouri during the holidays and you have to buy a house. Oh my gosh, what are you going to do? We can help you with that.
Yep.
Today, we are talking about 10 tips that may help you out a little bit when moving and buying a home during the holidays. Here we go. Don't forget to like and subscribe right down below because we make a new video every single week and you're going to want to get notified.
Yep.
Also, our contact info is right down there. So if you're coming to Warrensburg or you're PCSing to Whiteman Air Force Base and you have questions, or if you need help buying a house or finding a place to live, or if you want to know, where do I get the boozy ice cream in town?
Or the best hot dog.
Or the best hot dog. We can help you with that. So call, text, email. We love talking to people. Today, dear friends, we are talking about something that everyone either loves or dreads, usually a mixture of both.
Mm-hmm.
Buying a new house, super exciting, and moving into it during the holidays.
Dun, dun, dun. So stressful. But it doesn't have to be.
Doesn't have to be. I actually have some personal experience from this because I had just moved into a new house. And
That's true.
Is during the holidays.
Yep.
I feel like we should have put a Christmas tree behind us.
Oh, yeah. Jingle bells.
Jingle
Just
bells.
pretend this looks Christmassy.
But I figured, why not do a video about 10 tips that may help someone when they're moving and buying a house during the holidays, because honestly, it has been kind of stressful, and anything I can do to help someone else not go through that stress.
Yes.
It's probably a good thing.
Yep.
So starting off, let's talk about numero uno on my list. I have a list.
Tip number 1.
Or should we do tip number 10?
Oh, yeah, we should start at the bottom.
Yeah. So tip number 10.
Just like started from the bottom, now we're here.
Oh, it's true. Schedule things around holiday experiences. I didn't say that right. But basically, I'm actually helping a couple people buy homes right now. And one of the big things is having to schedule around the seller's holiday tradition time. So I had someone who wanted to go see a house on Thanksgiving.
Right.
And I had to be like, hey, I don't think that's going to happen.
No.
Let's find another time. So make sure that you're open and flexible about when you want to go look at a house, because the seller may have some form of family.
They might have holiday events happening.
Or
family in town.
So try to give the seller of whatever house you want to look at extra time.
Yeah, that's a good point. And I think also just making sure that you scheduled enough time for yourself.
Yes.
So that if there are days when certain houses can't be looked at, you're okay with going the next day.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So be patient.
Be patient. I feel like that is patience.
Yeah.
Tip number 10 is be patient.
Be patient.
Go with the flow.
Yes, especially during the
Try
holidays.
and enjoy the experience.
Yeah.
And use that time to learn the town.
Yeah.
You could use that time to kind of go around Warrensburg, check things out, stay at an Airbnb or a bed and breakfast.
Yep.
Get to see the sights while you wait for your viewings.
Exactly. Though the one great thing about buying a home during the wintertime or the holiday season is that there aren't that many people buying a home right now.
Way less competition.
Way less competition. So you're going to get a lot more negotiation power because sellers are a little bit desperate.
Yes. Anyone going into selling a house during the winter is honestly desperate, because otherwise they would wait until the spring or summer when it's a better selling time.
Yeah, it's true.
So you get that benefit.
Exactly. The trade-off is patience.
Patience.
Moving on, number 9.
Number 9.
Get my list.
Is a cheat sheet.
It is my cheat sheet. So be prepared. Number 9 is be prepared for weather-related
delays.
Be prepared
for weather-related delays.
Exactly. And this actually happened to us.
All the time, honestly.
Yeah. We wanted, me and another client, I wanted to go show them this property they wanted to see up in Higginsville. And the day they wanted to go, it snowed.
Yeah.
So we literally couldn't go because it was a country home on back gravel roads.
Yeah.
And they just weren't drivable.
And you just need to remember that sometimes you might be a little bit excited about going to see stuff, but safety is still the priority.
Yes.
It is not worth it.
You sound like mom.
Arrive alive. Put your cell phones down when you drive.
It's true. So number 9 kind of goes along with number 10
Yep.
of patience, and you might have a weather-related delay and plan around it. So number 8, again.
What's number 8? I don't know.
moving on in
I
this
didn't just
theme
read it.
with the being patient and going with the flow. Schedule virtual tours if necessary.
Oh, such a good idea.
Mhm.
Because then you can look at the house from your comfort of your warm, cozy home, drinking a nice hot coffee instead of freezing your BUTT off.
Exactly. Make your agent do the work.
Yeah,
honestly,
make them go freeze
that's
while
their
you sit at
job.
home and drink coffee.
I actually love doing virtual showings for clients because I can usually get into the property a lot faster because
Yeah.
I'll tell the listing agent that, hey, I don't have a seller with me. I just need to do a video tour so that the sellers of the home can actually stay in the house.
Yeah.
They just move to whatever room I'm not in, basically.
They go hide in the garage.
Yeah, they go hide in the garage. I come in and out, I do the tour, and then I send it to my clients. And half the time they're like, oh, I'm glad I didn't waste my time seeing it in person because I'm not interested in this house.
Or they love it.
Or they love it.
And they're super happy still because
Exactly.
they got to see it faster.
Exactly. So number 8 is definitely, hey, virtual tours are an option. And if you like the house, you can always go see it again in person when it's not ice storming outside.
Number 7.
Number 7. Okay, so number 7 really has everything to do with negotiation.
Okay.
So since it is the winter time and around the holidays, there's one big plus, like I said earlier, to being a buyer, is that you can negotiate the ever-loving you-know-what out of your offer.
Yes, because like we said, if people are selling in the winter, it's because they have to.
They have to, yeah. So you really want an agent who can negotiate and who can take a look and spends the time to look at comparable properties to the one that you're interested in and really do some research and see how much was it when the sellers originally bought it? What did they get it for compared to what they're asking now? So you can really understand the price margins and make a really, really good offer and then be strong and stick to it. Because I've gotten my
like
clients,
a Viking.
Exactly. Some amazing deals during the winter time.
Yeah.
And they've really just walked into so much equity on their house. Like their offer has been, $200,000 or they got it. And then the appraisal came back at like $230,000. So that's like $30,000 of equity that you're just
boom, instant.
into.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. It's like someone just hands you a check for $30,000.
Oh, yes, please.
Why can't that happen to us?
So, make sure you have a good agent who's comfortable with negotiating because not all agents are built the same in that regard.
100% true.
You gotta. I've actually read a lot of books
what
on negotiation. There's like so many books on it. How to really
the art of negotiation.
Yeah,
isn't that the name of? Oh, that's the name of the book.
Yeah,
I've never read it.
I actually have.
Sounds so boring.
Actually, it's fascinating. It's fascinating. Anyway, I digress. So make sure you have a good agent who really does research so that you can get the best deal the best bang for your buck during the wintertime. Moving on.
This agent. Don't look at my Band-Aid.
I'll get my cheat sheet out. Moving on to number 6. Number 6 is take advantage of the deals over the holidays.
Ding, ding, ding.
Yeah. So honestly,
Black Friday moving special.
This is actually something I took advantage of. I bought packing materials and all that stuff.
Smart.
Over Black Friday. And honestly, I saved like 50% on boxes and tape and stuff.
Cyber Monday is great for things like that.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
And you probably get a deal on things like cleaning services, carpet cleaning services, movers. Everyone is kind of slow during the holidays who's in the service industry.
Of the moving industry, So you might be able to get some like off-season discounts.
Yeah, I also got a deal on my U-Haul.
What?
Yeah, I asked for a holiday discount and they actually gave it to me.
That's awesome.
So don't be scared.
Just ask.
Ask, because if you don't ask, you'll never know.
It's true.
Yeah. So, and since you're moving to Warrensburg, ask and see if people do military discounts if
Yes.
you're PCSing here to go to Whiteman, because
Most things in
almost
Warrensburg
everybody does.
do military discounts, but
Mhm.
they only offer them if you ask.
Yes.
They're not going to just bring it up.
Exactly. So, did you know that, side note, Papa John's, there's a huge military and veterans discount, but you can
What?
only get it if you call and order the store in person.
Whoa.
Yeah, secret tip. There you go.
The more you know.
Moving on to number 5.
Is a lie.
I knew you were going to do it. Cheat sheet. Number 5. Well, this one's obvious. Choose an experienced real estate agent.
Duh.
Who kind of covered that.
Boring.
But I mean,
I think you should just find some guy on the street and be like, hey, I want to buy a house.
see how far
That's
that
a
gets
great
ya.
idea. Like just some random Joe.
Yeah, I mean, it will save you time if you get someone who knows what they're doing.
Yeah, it would save you time and money. A
Yeah.
lot of money.
Time and money.
It may seem expensive to pay a real estate commission, but when you look at how much the agent is taking off and saving you and helping you, you're actually saving money in the end.
And honestly, 99.9% of the time, the buyer's agent commission is actually wrapped into your offer.
Yeah.
So
you might not be paying the real estate agent
Yeah.
anything.
I have never had one of my buyers pay me directly. It's always wrapped into the offer. And
Never
it's paid by
say
the
never.
sellers. I know.
I'm going to make it happen.
So that is, it's worth the time.
It's so worth it. Yeah,
Mhm.
I agree. And, you know, the other agent is going to see someone coming in with an inexperienced agent or without an agent at all, and they are going to take advantage of
the
that.
situation.
Yeah.
Because a listing agent represents the sellers and the sellers only. Their entire job is to make the sellers as much money as possible.
Yes.
So there you go. Moving on.
Facts.
Number 4. Cheat sheet. Go to the next page.
Quattro, if you're saucy.
I mean, I am saucy.
She is.
Stay
I
on.
wish my coffee was saucy.
Number 4, stay on top of communication. You know, I think that's kind of a given.
Yeah, that's kind of a given. I
Yeah.
mean, yes, it's important. I think it's easy to kind of fall into the holidays and start just like getting behind and not paying attention, and you're with your family.
I'm going to change that to schedule things in advance.
Yes.
Schedule things in advance.
Put them in a calendar.
Yes.
Set reminders.
100%.
Because you're going to get like caught up in holiday things and forget.
Yeah. Yeah. And then it'll sneak up on you and suddenly, oh my gosh, I was supposed to be under contract because I need to be buy a house by this time. So I will say, make sure that you really talk to your agent and know, hey, if I'm going to be in Warrensburg or, I said that weird.
Warrensburg.
in
It's a cyborg
whatever
town.
you're going to be in on this day, you can work backwards. Because I'll always ask my clients, like, hey, when do you want to be?
I'm going to get a t-shirt made of a cyborg. It's going to say Warrensburg.
Oh my gosh. Ignore her. I ask my clients, when do you want to be moved into your house? January 1st. Okay, so we need to start looking for houses 2 months prior at least, because you're going to take at least 30 days for closing. And since it's during the holidays, the seller may want 60 days because they may want to wait until after the holidays.
They might not want to move during the holidays. So you need to make sure that that's well aware before you start looking at houses.
So that your timeline is known, everything's scheduled in advance, and schedule your movers in advance, because that's what I almost ran into, is my movers were almost booked out.
Yeah.
Completely. Or they were like, oh, sorry, we don't have anyone that week because it's
the holidays.
So I would say spend a little extra time preparing stuff so that you don't run into like, oh my gosh.
Yeah.
I'm in a hotel now for 3 weeks.
Basically, the 2 P's of today are patience and preparation.
Planning.
And planning. We got 3 P's.
Patience, preparation, planning.
The 3 P's of moving during the holidays. Buying a home during the holidays.
Exactly. Number 3 is actually super important.
Super important.
Winterize not only your new home, but check and make sure that if the sellers are moving out before you're moving in, that they are winterizing your home, or that your real estate agent has set someone up to go winterize it.
Yes.
Because
Super important in
ooh,
Warrensburg because the temperatures can drop very low very fast.
and no one wants busted pipes.
It's the worst.
Yeah. So that's actually super important, is
Yes.
make sure that you have the utilities turned on into your name, you know, the day that
The
you
gas.
close. Gas.
Make sure someone also goes by to make sure that the heat is turned on.
Yeah.
Or it's not set to 60 degrees
Yeah.
cold because that's the last time someone lived there.
Yep. Yeah. A good real estate agent will go to the house.
Yes, and make sure that the
And make
heat
sure.
is at a minimum temperature, that everything is on, that water is dripping in the sinks if necessary, if the temperatures are going to drop really low. Doors to the cabinets are open.
Yeah. And this sounds little, but I've actually gone to my clients' homes before they got there, and I poured salt down on the driveway
To keep
and the
demons
walking
out?
path. Well, yes. And then I couldn't enter the house. It was so weird. No, but for movers, like, because
Oh yeah, so they don't slip.
so they don't slip.
That's such a good idea.
It's like a really small thing.
Yeah, but you don't want your mover breaking their leg trying to get your armoire in.
it's Warrensburg gets a lot of ice storms.
We do.
So it's a thing. There's nothing worse than stepping outside your door and butt planting.
Oh, it hurts.
Been there. Number 2, I have take it slow with furnishings and decorations.
Okay.
I don't know how I feel about that.
What does that mean?
Yeah.
What are we taking slow?
So I got this list because I asked tons of people online what
to do when buying a home during the winter.
Yeah, what they would think of and what would be important to them.
So what are we taking slow?
Moving in, like, to not worry as much about putting things away and focus more on like getting your Christmas tree up or your Hanukkah candles up, or
I guess that's just kind of depends on the person. So
holiday.
I think what they're saying is if you want to still enjoy your holiday, don't put so much stress on having to have the home completely ready.
Yeah.
You can still put up a Christmas tree even if there's boxes around it.
Which is exactly what I've done.
Yeah. So I think, that's a good point.
Yeah.
I don't know that it's a number 2 point.
I don't know. I think that it really depends.
But apparently a lot of people feel like it is important.
A lot of people feel like, hey, don't stress over unpacking. Make sure you have...
You're still enjoying your holiday.
You're still enjoying your holidays, because you'll have all the time in the world to unpack. The holidays only come once a year.
True.
So I could see that.
Yeah.
I could see that as being... People might, in the stress of it, forget about the excitement of being in a new home and a first holiday in a new home.
I think that brings up a good point of just the importance of remembering how exciting a new home is.
It's true.
Because sometimes you get so stressed out by the purchasing situation, by moving, by everything else, that you forget to just take a moment and look and be like, wow, this is really cool. I own this place now and it's beautiful and I love it.
Yeah.
Look what I did.
Yeah. That is such a good point, Nina. Because I've had to really stop myself, because I hate moving. It's just miserable.
She does.
I'm a little bit of an OCD freak. I like things very in their particular place, and moving destroys all of that. So I've actually had to stop and be like, oh my gosh, look at this beautiful home.
I've had to stop her and say it.
I know.
That's why she stopped.
So it's true. Don't forget about the joys.
Yeah, don't forget how awesome it is that you purchased a home.
Exactly. I agree.
Yeah.
Number 1.
Number one.
I know a good number 1.
Okay.
I know a great number 1, actually, because I've been doing it myself.
Ooh.
And I've never done this before.
I'm ready.
So buying and moving into a new home during the holidays, for me, gave me the chance to go around and actually meet my immediate neighbors, because it's the holidays. So I made cookies.
Yes.
And I actually physically introduced myself to all of my immediate neighbors, and it didn't feel weird because
it's the holidays.
It's the holidays.
So people just do that stuff anyways.
Yeah. And it's like
that's such a good point.
It was such a really, because we moved so much growing up that we never really knew.
It really does give you a very comfy and warm opportunity to meet your neighbors
without feeling
Like you're imposing.
imposing. Mhm.
Yeah.
Exactly. So I thought it was just awesome because
Yeah.
I was like, okay, everyone's in a good mood anyway because it's the holidays and everyone's joyful
And people are already giving
kind.
gifts and
Yeah.
talking and being outgoing.
Yeah, exactly. And actually, what started it is my neighbor immediately to the right of me brought me cookies, which was wonderful. And then I was like, oh my gosh, I need to do this for everyone else.
Yeah.
And it was just a really awesome experience.
I love that.
So
Yeah.
I'm actually, even though moving during the holidays was stressful, just because it was so joyful with that, where I felt like for the first time, oh my gosh, I really know my neighbors and this is going to be so great. And it wasn't weird because it was the holidays. So 100% worth it.
Yep, that's definitely the number one. I love that.
Yeah. So if you have to move during the holidays, if you have to buy a home during the holidays, find the joy in it, because having that experience of the wonder of being in a new house that you love and meeting your neighbors in a not weird situation.
It takes all the awkward out
yeah,
of it.
It does. It makes it so much easier. Especially if you're socially awkward like we are. So I will say the P's of buying a home and moving during the holidays are really patience and planning.
Yep.
Plan it out and be patient, and find someone who's very good at their job who can help take all the stress out of it so that you can still enjoy your holidays and celebrate the beauty of this world in this town, in whatever town you're moving to. And especially if you're moving to Warrensburg, because we are chock full of holiday
cheer.
So
enjoy it.
Enjoy it, because we will shove the holiday down your throat because we just love it here.
It's kind of like a Hallmark Christmas town.
Yep, 100%. We just need someone who's moving from.
Yeah, we need someone from New York to come here and fall in love with a baker.
And take over her father's great-grandfather's bookstore.
We've got bookstores.
That'd be great. Well, there you go, guys. Hope that you have enjoyed this video. Hope that it helps you a little bit. And we hope to see you around town during the holidays next year. Don't forget to like and subscribe right down here, because we make a new video every week. You're going to want to get notified. And if you're coming to Warrensburg, if you're PCSing to Whiteman and you have questions, or you need to buy a house, or if you live here and need to sell a house, do not hesitate to reach out. We love talking to people. Call us, email us, text us, come to our office, 319 North Holden Street in downtown Warrensburg, across from the courthouse. See you next time.